Hello guys, I hope you're doing great. Um, this video is about problem solving and some unit analysis, some basic problem solving in foundations of quantitative reasoning, um, and I'm gonna solve some examples about this content. So the first problem is I'm gonna solve a couple problems. Here's the first problem. It's how much will you earn working for 6 months at a salary of $3,200 per month. So it's clear that mathematically you multiply these two numbers to get the total salary. But I want to emphasize some sort of like notation in here, mathematical notation that we can use. Here per means you're talking about division. So $3,200 can be per month can be written as in the form $3,200 per 1 month. So this is kind of like the unit quantity, the salary in at the unit salary, the salary per month. So this is the notation that we use for this phrase. And then we calculate this for 6 months. So as you see, once you multiply, you can also do the unit analysis. The months will cancel, and then you will get the final answer to be in dollars only, because the month unit is canceled. So we will get the total amount dollars, of course, 19,200. So that's kind of like you do the unit analysis as well to see which units cancel and what final unit you get at the end of this problem. So it's something good to keep in mind. It's a good method to keep in mind. It's just a way to check the unit, the final unit for this problem. Now the next example, it's about identifying the units for a certain quantity. So it says the unit price of rice in Japan. For example, in United States, the unit price is given in dollars per pound. Like once you look at for the weight, like for example, for the weight of grapes, for the weight of apples, the unit price is dollars per pound. Now in here, everything is explained really clearly. It says dividing the price in yen. Yen is the unit of like currency, the money unit, and then the weight in kilograms. So the unit for the unit price of rice will be yens per kilogram. Write it in this form, or you can write it as yens per kilogram. So that's the unit price unit for this quantity. Now the next problem is a beautiful problem. It's really a common problem in application problems. So it says, let's say you want to travel to a place 250 miles in your car's what we call MPG, miles per gallon. In the websites, you can just see that a car's MPG, miles per gallon. It's the number of miles that the car can travel with 1 gallon of gas. So for this problem, it's just asking us, we have 250 miles to travel and the cost is $2.90 per gallon, $2.90, and our car's MPG is 228. So how much do we have to pay at the end for this trip? So the final unit that we expect is in dollars. And I mean, really, if you do some critical thinking for this problem, it's easy mathematically. You divide 250 by 28 to get the number of gallons of gas, and then you multiply that number by 290 to get the price. It's that simple. But I would like to do it with the way that we did in the first problem. So kind of like by eliminating units to get dollars at the end. So we have 250 miles to travel. So first I need to cancel miles. So I'll get the gallons actually, how many gallons we have to spend in here. So 28 miles per gallon means 28 miles over 1 gallon or vice versa. So you can write 1 gallon of gas used for traveling 28 miles. See, there are like 3 forms. This form actually allows you to cancel the miles. Now, let me change the color with the blue. You can cancel the miles. Now, this gives you the number of gallons of gas that you need to spend. Now, if we continue now, we need to cancel the gallons, but we have the final price, $2.90 per gallon. So I can write $2.90 per 1 gallon, or you can write vice versa. It really depends on the problem, how you write it down or set it up. So see, now the gallons will cancel. So we got the price, the cost for this trip. So what we need to do is, in terms of numbers, we need to do 250 multiplied by 290, and then this is divided by 28. So that's going to give us the actual answer. And if you look at this, if you do that, the number that you will get is $25.89. So this is how we solve that problem. Like, be careful with these forms. This is the form, or this is the form that we use when you see the word per. See, I just see 28 miles per gallon, I write it in this form, or 290 per gallon, I write it in this form. The fraction can be flipped, it's totally fine, because this is just kind of like they're the same. Like, you can think of this, for 1 gallon, we can go 28 miles, or you can just write, for example, for 1 gallon of gas, we need to pay $2.90. So with using these equations, you can write them down, or you can write them down directly. So I move to the next problem. In this problem, these two problems are kind of connected. So the idea is this: you have find a conversion factor between square feet and square yards. So in terms of length, we know this connection, like 1 yard is equivalent to 3 feet. That's what we know. Now, square feet, feet squared, and then square yards, yard squared. We want to find the connection between these two. So from this equation, if you want to get these 2 units, you can clearly see, I mean, this is the tricky idea. You can square both sides. And if you square both sides, you need to square everything. So we have 1 square yards, because 1 squared is simply 1, right? It's 3 squared, 9 square feet. So this is the identity that we got in here. This is the equation that we got in here. So the conversion factor here is just 9. And it says write that in 3 forms. This is the first form. Okay. The second form will be, you can write it 1 square yards is same as 9 square feet, and the third form is 9 square feet over 1 square yards. So you can use any of these two when you're converting between 2 units. Actually, that's what I'm going to do in the next example. It says find the area in square feet of a rectangular yard that measures 20 yards by 12 yards. I mean, you know, the area is the length times the width. Now, the point is here that you can convert them into feet and multiply. That's a second way. You can definitely do it. It's correct. But let's say you want to use the conversion equations, the equation that we have in the first with the previous problem. So the area will be, for this problem, we have 20 yards. Please keep the units. That's important in mathematics. And then we have 12 yards. If you multiply them, you got 240 square yards, because yard and yard, they multiplied and you got square yards. Now you want to convert this into square feet, so you want to cancel square yards. So square yards should be at the bottom for the conversion. If you want to use 2 or 3, 3 will be the option, because you want to cancel square yards. So multiply this one by 9 square feet divided by 1 square yard. And you see these two will cancel. One is at the top, one is at the bottom. So if you multiply those, then you will get the answer 2,160 square feet. As I told you, you can convert these two into square feet and then multiply. That will definitely work. Now the last problem, it's really another beautiful problem. So this is the gas price, 1.5 euros per liter in Bonn, Germany. And we want to just understand this price by checking it with the price in United States. So United States, the volume unit is gallon and the currency is dollars. So we want to see actually what this costs the unit prices in terms of US price, unit price, which is the price like dollars per gallon. So, and I give you these formulas, and these formulas will be given to you every time. You can just check that from internet. This could be changing, but this is kind of like not the updated one, but still we can use that. So these two will be given to you in a problem of this type. So let's check this. So we have 1.5 euros divided by 1 liter. The first thing, for example, you can get rid of liters or euros, whichever you like, and I want to get rid of, let's say, euros. So I'm gonna put dollars at the top, 1.058, and divide it by 1 euro. I use this fraction, I use this form by looking at the second equation. Now as you see, the euros will cancel. So now I get the unit price in terms of dollars per liter, but I want to cancel the liter as well to convert it to dollars. So I'm going to use now this equation in here. I'm going to use that one. But I have to convert liters, so the liter will go top. It's going to be 3.785 liters divided by 1 gallon. As you see now, the liter will cancel by this liter. So we got the answer. So we got it in, we got dollars per gallon. See, this is how you use the unit analysis. So you have to multiply all the three numbers at the top, because at the bottom you get 1, and the price you got is 6.01 divided by 1 gallon. Or you can write $6.01 per gallon. See, that's pretty expensive. So I hope this video is clear. All this section is clear. Hope you like it. Thanks for watching. Bye.